Greetings shipmates and welcome to a new episode of Let's Make Mistakes. Today I'm going to be taking out what is my second trip out in the Kremlin, but it is my first trip out using the Captain Nikolay Kuznetsov on her. And does she make a difference? Well, in two parts, yes, if we actually got the health down low enough, I'm sure he's going to be absolutely wonderful. However, in this game, we're not going to get our health down low. I spared us the first minute and a half of moving the ship. Just to get into a bit of the action. It's not a long game, so I won't keep your attention for too long. We'll notice the Henry IV has appeared in front of us at a range of 17.8 kilometres, so he gets the front battery nice and early, 2 penetrations, 1 torpedo protection hit, but that's 2 citadels and 31,000. Just under 2 minutes into this game, that Henry's already re-evaluating his push that he was going to make down this side and is now going to be disappearing quickly because that's health that he's not going to be seeing back anytime soon. So evasive manoeuvres. Now at 15 kilometres we're going to have another fire again just across his bow. You'd think there's a chance the shells are going to hit, but no, the boat's disappeared along with the shell, so they're sitting in the bottom of the ocean somewhere and have been used for nothing. Now the Cleveland was looking quite tasty, however my momentum was going to take me past this island, so we're not going to get the shots off. But the island I was also using to protect myself at the same time from any HE spam coming in. So there's our friend the Henry again on the horizon, who's going to hang around and annoy us quite a bit in this game. He's got shells going out and again. Again, he's disappeared. Now, I don't think that the shells, the second volley I fired, or that third volley, should miss him by that much. But again, they have. That's that same, if they disappear, you can't see where they land. But he was locked on and targeted, and I fired, and then the blokes disappeared. And that's it. So right now, we're kind of stuck a little bit behind this island, but we're not going to be stuck here for long. And we're also going to get a good chance to look at what the EA is like on this ship. So we've decided, we're just going to press, because the strength of this Russian battleship is the push. And if you can convince your team to come with you on the push, then it's absolutely worth doing. So we've got the Des Moines in front of us, we've got the Vladivostok backing us up, we've got the other Des Moines behind the island there, we've got a shimmy in the cap, and there's a CV knocking around, so we know we're going to come under attack at some point. Cleveland turns up, he's moving a bit quicker than I anticipated, but that's not a bad volley for 4 over penetrations. 4 over penetrations at that range. So one of the small problems of 457mm guns is they tend to go through everything like a hot knife through butter, but you're not getting a huge amount of damage for your rewards. Our Henry friend has just turned up again in the distance there. He's still pushing away, obviously deciding this flank's a no-go, so he's looking to reposition as quick as he can. So we're going to fire away again. Shells are in the air towards the Henry. I do believe, do we get a catch on him? No, we don't this time. Oh, sorry, I lie, we catch one on the rear, but he's motoring, he's obviously got his engine boost on, he's getting out of here. But now the Midway's fancying some. You can see our sector is set to the right hand side as those planes come over. We've taken down a couple of them, and I think the Des Moines have taken care of the rest of them, so there's not really much left there. But that's 2 down, and we can see up there on the top that's nearly 3,000 HP taken off the aircraft on the way in. So yeah, they got a bit of a battering. Our friend in the HIV's popped up again, another 3k off of him, and I think he'll probably be looking to reposition himself again quickly. But this push on this side has allowed us to steam in towards Charlie. Our shimmy's still in there at the moment, looking to get this done. But this press has forced them all down. They're all kind of boxed up below Bravo at the moment, and looking at Alpha. If they get a push going on round there, then that could cause us problems later on in the game. But right now, no real considerations. I did see the Piggy turn up briefly there, and then he disappeared again, which is a bit of a shame. You see, I was just starting. I was thinking about bringing the boat around just to bring the rear turret in. It is risky to do so. It's also not very wise to do so either, because this thing will eat serious damage if you show too much of the side of your ship. Angling wise, the front guns are always going to be your best bet. Keep them forward and on everything all the time. You can just about angle for targets in front of you with the rear gun almost in place, so you don't have to play too much, and then you can maintain good angling as well. We've been a bit greedy there. I know it's a tier 8 ship in the distance, but again, look, we got over penetrations on a Tirpitz. That's a battleship, and we can still tear through the armour on that without seeing exactly where the shells went, because they can be a bit squirrely. They probably went straight through the nose and straight out the other side, but it was a small amount of damage to tick. Now, I was looking at the kebab, because the kebab, like the Haragumi, they take full damage pen still. But she's going away from us, and the chances of me hitting anything with these guns at that range aren't particularly good. Incoming torpedoes coming in there, and the sight of the CV in the background is a tempting target, disappears, and we got a nice little turn going on here. I'm pretty sure I changed out one of the modules, and I'm carrying the rudder module, but I'll show those later on in the game. Now, I was looking at worst, I just want to take down the torpedo belt, but it wasn't a problem. But I can see coming up now, there's a Mossfire approaching reversing very, very cautiously out. See, watch carefully what happens now. Look at the mini-map as well. There's just a Mossfire there. See, I fired, and then I kind of missed, because the first volley, I kind of misfired the second volley. Keep watching, keep watching. So next to him, the Yugumo was parked up. I've got no idea where he was on the mini-map. No idea he was there at all. I kind of fat finger fired in case the first two missed. And we've managed to catch the dispersion of the guns has managed to hit that poor lonely soul in the Yugumo and remove him from the game as well. Bless. But there's the torpedoes that we were looking for as well. Probably from the Yoshino, from the way he's turned and run. But then the CV's turned up, and he is well within gun range now, so he's going to get some loving. So we got a few more shells out on the way. 30,000 damage to the Midway's broadside. Now, we can get away with firing at her broadside because that's not armoured. If she was showing me her arse, her armoured flight deck was just going to bounce all the shells. I did do a one game after this game for the commentary. There was a Midway, and he did actually show me the back of the ship, and I just bounced everything off of the armoured flight deck. So, little tip there, if you're looking at the Midway from the rear, HE is going to be your friend. If you get the side there, obviously AP is very much your friend. So he's now decided that CV that I'm going to be a threat, and I'm going to come under a reasonable amount of focus. Now, as this is an 8.5 game, what you are going to see here is the improved AA mechanics. He's got that first drop off of planes, yes, because now the AA attacks the last plane in the squadron first and fettles them down. So I think, unless you're on serious AA, you're not going to get rid of the whole flight. You're certainly not going to get rid of the first attacking flight, but the chances of follow-up flights are a lot less. And as we can see from that also on the map, there's no planes left. Nothing survived from that squadron that flew over the top of me. You got one drop off, which we managed to ninja, and that was it. Now, I was eyeing up the Amagi, but he was already deleted, so no giving there. And again, no, I turned late here. I should have left that run. I was trying to take that on the torpedo belt, and I also thought it's either that or I could maybe swing the nose in time, and cocked it up. So with this smoke, I was going to be a little bit greedy. I was going to turn all the way around and then fire when I had the rear gunning play. But angling wise is difficult now. I mean, the Yoshino, he's taking a big damage there. That was 17.5k in a Citadel. I'm trying to sort of like keep the boat in between him. I don't want to show him the whole side of it because he'll just spam me, but I also don't want to be presenting a flat target to those battleships that are currently cooped up in A at the moment. This game, spoiler alert, this game hasn't got an awful lot of time left to go in it. As you can see, we just steam through C with a big solid push. And these boys are getting absolutely wrecked left, right and centre. But they're going to hold on to that Charlie cap. Now, you can normally, because of the low-lying islands into Charlie, you can get shells in there as well, if you're careful, which is what I was hoping to do. There's that Henry again. He's made it all the way across the map from where he began, which was, I think I fired him around H9. He's made it all the way across the map into the side of A. He's going to make sure that cap doesn't go anywhere this game. Disappointingly for me, the carrier's disappeared, but the Yoshino's up again. He's fired his guns. There's a little turn going on. In footballing terms, that's called a no-look pass, because we kind of send it and then look away and expect it to arrive. Just like the shells there, delivered on time. And there goes the Yoshino. So that's one problem resolved, so we can now... He's disappointed about that in chat. So we can now carry on moving our way around the map. Now, as I said, I was trying to open up Charlie now so I could get shots in, because they've got ships in there. And they're going to have to back themselves out of it. I really wanted this Henry, to be honest. After he started off the game where he did, he was the one I really wanted. But what have we done? We've done 8 planes so far. The Midway's still loitering with intent around here. You're obviously aware of the fact I'm coming, so I've decided to put an element of urgency towards getting me. The Henry turns up again, along with the Yoshino torpedoes, which he fired from his last turn. Just scattered around the Henry. That was very, very disappointing. Now, I was always moving the boat and changing the speed and the direction because of the torpedo threat of the Yoshino. They are powerful torps, and they will do a lot of damage, but nothing that was going to be considered too serious. I can afford to eat 1 or 2 with this kind of health pool and survive. We haven't lost a lot of health because we haven't been focused that heavily during the game. We've just been allowed to get on with this, to be honest. But they've got themselves stuck in A. But all this does is shows the pushing power. If you can convince teammates, in the loosest sense, to come with you, then you've got a good opportunity. Now, I should have fired here. I hesitated a second, and then before I got round to doing it, my mate in the Vladivostok over there did the job for me, and that was the end of him. We're at 888 points. There's still 8 minutes of game time left. I just don't see it going to... it's not going the full distance. There's only the 3 ships left now. What's going to happen next is the CV. He's going to turn up. There he is, right on cue. He's going to send some more planes right on cue, and we're going to just keep firing at him until he's finished off, which is going to take us towards the end of the game. I am running the timer mod at the top. You'll see a minute on there. But the hitting power of this thing is very, very strong. I'm finding the guns can be a bit iffy. I mean, if the targets are moving like this, you get 1 shell hit or 2 shell hits. You do a lot of damage. Sometimes dispersion is horrific. I came into a close range brawl at 7 kilometres away with another ship, and it just missed. Inexplicably missed. Everything was at the waterline, and we completely managed to miss the ship. Unfortunately, some of the replay files don't seem to work. Otherwise, I'd have spliced it into this clip to show as well. But the pushing potential of this for the average Joe like myself is great fun. It's not a boat to sit at the back and let everything happen. You need to get involved in the game, push through, and finish him off. CV's going to go down there. I've had a shot at the Vlad. I was hoping to take him with the next volley as well. We've got planes coming in all around us, and we can see there, look at that, the numbers going up. 8, 9, 10. Guns were coming round for the front now. I really wanted the Vlad, but I didn't notice the time on there. So there's no chance of losing the game now. The game is won. And the Kremlin, she's performed well. She's performed very, very well. So we'll take a look back in the old team score, and then we'll have a look at her import as well. It's all right. Nearly 500,000 credits, 148,000 damage. Big one, of course, was that 20 planes we managed to shoot down on the way. But that was just a big push, big solid push all the way through. Detailed report, none too exciting on there, I don't think. No, not really. I was interested in why I hit that Yugumo for 944 with 1 shell. And he was a goner. And credits and XP, it just depends on the modifiers you got loaded on, but yeah, 17,000 XP we pulled out of that game. Quite pleased with that, so we'll have a quick look at the build of the ship as well, back in the old port. And there she is in her Russian camouflage as well. Module-wise, we are running the standard main armaments 1. There's not really a lot more you can do there. Damage control systems on. Aiming systems, because the dispersion was a little bit squirrely on her, so I put that on just to try and tidy that up a little bit. There are other options available, but the AA seemed to work reasonably well. Steering gears, I took over damage control. It does, damage control is probably better, but for me, I like the steering gears for now. Concealment expert, and of course that main battery reload to reduce the modifier of your guns. The gun traverse is pretty good, so you can get away with losing a little bit, and that's what I'm doing in my build as well. So I've got priority target, so those torpedo moments. Adrenaline rush when the health runs down. The jack of all trades, because I like to go back up quickly. Basic survivability. Superintendent. And fire prevention, and of course the last one is the concealment expert, and that is the Russian Tier 8 battleship, the Kremlin. Thank you for taking the time to watch. It's always appreciated. I've been Bravadoh, and until we sync again, please like and subscribe to the video. Thank you very much. Bravadoh out.